Welcome to the XSF podcast, hosted by Devante and Lou. This is the podcast to show that every human is capable of being extreme. Tune in to discover how you are too. Welcome, everybody, to another amazing episode of the XSF podcast. You got me, your host, Devante. We got host Lou. Say what up to him, Lou.
What's happening?
Yes, sir. And today we really are juiced up. You know, it's amazing how conversations can take the routes they do, and the route for us today was about skateboarding. We talk about it a lot, and it's because we love it, damn it. Bottom line. And that's really what we dove into. We actually reviewed a pretty cool video that one of my friends, Will Stock, put together for our beloved Henry Gartland, who passed away at the beginning of this year. Make sure you check that out. Everything will be in the show notes that we mentioned in the episode. But like I said, we talk about the mindset around it, what it's created for us, how we feel when we skate during certain situations, walking into parks, skate shops, all that good stuff. So make sure you listen. And before we get into it, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Thank you, Third Layer Skate Park and Skate Shop. You guys are amazing. Love what you guys do on a consistent daily basis. Monte Costo Skateboards. Love you guys. Can't wait to skate with you all later today as I'm recording this. So shout out to you guys. Go ahead, Lou. Let them know what's up.
We got Jetty Woodwork Company, veteran-owned and operated woodworking company out of Long Beach, New York. We got Batch Roasting Co. It's a coffee company out of Brooklyn, New York. That's Batch Roasting Co. on Instagram. And that's Jetty Woodwork on Instagram. Check them out. Both great companies by great people producing great products. Also, before I forget, like I always do, Batch Roasting Co. Check out LBOMB for 15% off.
Boom. There we go. Also, let Monte Costo know when you hit them up, XSF sent you. They're going to give you a discount as well, everybody. All right. Hope you enjoy. All right. So I want to share with you that video that I was talking about because honestly, it got me good last night. Like, it was one of those things that was, you know, like you watch something and you feel like multiple emotions at once coming in. It's just like that overload, but it feels good because it's like that the main thing there it was happy, right? And then, you know, some sad feelings, you know, just reminiscing, all these stuff coming in. What I'm talking about is a video of our beloved friend Henry, who passed at the beginning of this year. One of our good friends, Will Stock, he made a fantastic edit of him from years and years and years of skating that he just had in his video bank. This is why I love when people save content, right? Think if he just filmed this stuff and got rid of it or whatever, he wouldn't have been able to make this video the way he was. And it really hit me home. And I'm going to share it in the background here. If you guys aren't watching, I'm just going to be talking over it, sharing some stories as the video is going along. But you can also head to the show notes down there, click the YouTube link, and go watch with us. But this video here, I'll make sure everything's in the show notes too, Lou, so you can go watch this yourself. Everybody listening, you can go watch it too. It'll just be right to Will Stock's Instagram, because this is where he posted it. It was on IGTV, so he didn't put it on. I don't know if it's on YouTube. I haven't checked his YouTube to see if the same video's there, but oh man, dude, his talent was just absolutely incredible. And the crazy thing is, I remember teaching him how to kickflip like way back, like before this little clip here, when he was super young. We were even younger, learning how to kickflip together and stuff. Really, me and Tanner Van Vark, shout out, got the homies board in the background. But you know, we were sitting there at third, just being little third rats, you know, doing our thing, teach him how to skate. Like, he just like that, like these little clips of him when he was young. That's where it got me, because it literally was like flashback to those fucking times of just skate rat. Like, that's all we did was skate and had the best time doing it. And like I was just telling Lou before the episode, like I've been having struggles with skating, just like a lot of skaters do at times. And we've been skating for 14, 16 years, you know, and you're trying to just still progress and kind of make something happen just for yourself, but also just continue to have fun with it. When injuries occur, you know, when stuff not like might not going your way, like seeing this video really brought me back to just like, yo, skating. That's what it's about. Just doing this stuff, having fun, laughing with the friends, just doing it, goofing
Yeah,
off.
it really is. It's magical, dude. Like just Friday, you know, it's dope. A friend of mine who's 40 years old just got into skating,
Oh,
and
that's
he's
so sick.
and he's into it. Like he's like
Yeah.
a kid with it. Like he'll be out in his backyard, tell his girl to come out. Like, yo, look what I just did. Like trying to land an island. So he went to a skate park in Long Beach, in Long Island.
Uh-huh.
It was fire. We were just, you know, we're like I'm more that street, the cruising style. So hopping on a trick board again and being in a bowl. And it'd be
Yeah.
like by the time we left that place, we were cruising the bowl, hitting it around, following each other. Like it was dope. We were there for hours,
That's amazing.
hours. And like the really good kids start showing up, and it's like the community that it creates is dope. Because some of these kids show up like, hey, get out of our way. They're like, yo, what you should do when you look to hit that ball, like everyone teaches each other. Like it's all that like competition nonsense out the window because it's an individual thing. So it's like everyone helps each other out. You can fall, you're like, oh, have a great run. Everyone's going nuts about it.
Mhm.
It's so dope. Such a dope thing.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's something that you really just don't experience in other things. Like there's some gyms where you'll get that vibe, right? Where but it has to be like those super kind of like
Yeah. The
niche.
gym is very ego. Yeah, the gym is so ego based.
Yeah,
Like you can only be so ego based in skateboarding because you're gonna fall,
you're gonna
guaranteed.
fall, bro.
Like your ego's,
Literally the
you know?
best people. I have some of the best in my mind. Some of the best skaters are my friends. I mean, my favorite pro is my best friend. Like I grew up watching him, and
Yeah.
guess what I've watched also? Him get into the park, throw his board down, hit a crack, and bust his shit. Like it happens. It doesn't matter who you are. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just
Skating is a phenomenal thing.
yes, dude. Yes.
Even for life too, dude. Like, cause that's something I was explaining to my friend. I'm like, bro, you're 40 years old and you have that like childlike curiosity and like putting all the nonsense aside. Like, I can't get on a skateboard now. Like how embarrassing that. But he's falling left and right like
Yeah.
crazy, but he's learning. Starts dropping in, starts doing the ball, starts ollieing while moving. Now he's trying to kick flip. Like at 40 years old, he's doing all this. And
You know
you
what's
know why too? Because he's healthy.
yeah, I was
He's
gonna
kept himself healthy throughout his life.
okay.
So at 40, he can pick up a skateboard and skate for hours after working all day
Yeah, I was gonna
and be
ask you that
fine.
because that's not an easy task. I mean, even for somebody who skates on a
Yeah,
regular basis, you know, person who might not take care of themselves the best, they have trouble like doing that type of stuff. I was gonna ask you if he was able to like take care of himself
yeah,
leading
man.
up to this. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's a very healthy human. He really watches what he like. He's really on top of his stuff.
That's
And
sick,
again,
dude.
that's why at 40 years old he picks up skateboarding the way a 15-year-old next door is picking up skateboarding. You know?
Does he is he on Instagram at all or anything or no? Because he's just old. Is he?
Yeah,
Send me his stuff later, bro. I'm gonna.
I
You know
will.
what? We're putting it in the show notes. Go check this dude out. We're putting it in the
Take
show
that
notes.
20 minutes journey.
Go give this guy a follow. That's tight though. I love that, dude. Like that's the thing is like
Yeah, dude.
that. Oh, I could talk about this all day, bro. Like I literally did an episode that one time when we couldn't link, and I was like, dude, screw it. I'm talking about skateboarding. That's all I'm gonna get on there and talk about because
Well, I mean,
it's just what I could. But it's so true though. Like you don't people, and it's like, oh, you have a bias towards it. But the thing is, I've experienced it from outside sources. Like literally, I have this woman from Rochester, Minnesota. That's hours away from where I am. This is why I love the internet. Got connected through Sarah Summer Bodywork. Shout out to them to uh, North Carolina. If you're ever out there, check her out. She does some amazing stuff. But and Prescript family, you know, all right, shout out. But we connected through her boyfriend. Actually, he's a skater and a lifter, and all this stuff happened. They were gonna come here before all the COVID stuff happened. We were gonna do like some stuff together. That kind of fell apart, but then all of a sudden, fast forward to now, like over a year later, her son or her sister has a 4-year-old son, right? And guess what? The 4-year-old son loved that his uncle, right, Sarah's boyfriend, I'm blanking on his name right now. I feel terrible. I'm terrible with names. But then all of a sudden he wants to skateboard, but then he wants to get skate lessons. So what do? They went up to third layer and asked for me to give them some to get some skate lessons. And like, oh, we're not doing that right now. So then they reached out to me individually. We got together and I started talking with this mom, right? And she's telling me how she had no respect for skateboarding. Like she was just being completely honest, and I love it. Like be blunt, like be honest about it, because
Yeah.
I know how people look at it. Like especially like not lumping her into a category, because she actually is very cool and proven to me that she is cool. But if I were to see her on the street, I would definitely assume like, oh, she just thinks like we're hood rats, like we're just out here causing trouble. And she even admitted like I didn't really have respect for the sport, I didn't understand it. But now that her son, her little 4-year-old son, loves skating and he loves me, he goes home and talks about me and skateboarding all the time. And now she herself is diving into like the skateboarding community, looking up like how stuff was created, how skate parks are made, how she can get more skate parks made in her town, all this stuff, dude. And I'm like, that's how infectious skateboarding is right there. Literally took somebody
Yeah.
who had no respect for it and then flipped it around. And now she's like the biggest skate mom. She drives over
Dude,
2 hours to come get a skate lesson with me every week for her kid. Like that's, come on now.
she probably sees like the liveliness it gives her kid too. Like you know what I mean? Like
Well, and
when you
also
land that
I'm me too, you know how we do it.
oh, duh. Come on, son. You know what I mean? You definitely make that kid feel like $1 gazillion. Like I've seen you do all your little demos with like the kids out there.
Love
Like
it,
you're
dude.
like the ideal coach. Like
I'm gonna
you're like a
post a
kid
video of me
with
and
them.
him later. You know, I'll post the video.
Yeah,
I
dude,
have one.
you're a kid with them.
Oh hell
But
yeah.
that's what's so dope about skating too. Like we were saying into earlier, it being an individual sport. Because like
Yes.
I'm not knocking other sports. Like cool, you
Oh,
score a touchdown, whatever the case is.
yeah.
But you know, but you know for a fact in skating, like if you don't land that trick, it's on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you land it, it's on you. If you fall and you get up, it's on you. If you show up the next day after not doing great the day before, it's on you. You
It's
know,
impossible to place blame elsewhere, right? Like, if I was if I was
literally,
yeah, if I was a
unless
wide
someone threw
receiver,
a
right?
pebble at you.
Yeah, like if I was a wide receiver,
Exactly.
right, and I was thinking like this is just me like going through how I think, right? Like just me being fucking picky and like a little just being just really annoying about stuff. If I was wanted to be the wide receiver, going for the touchdown catch, I go to catch it, everything's right or seems right, and then it goes through my hands, right? No. He didn't
That's
throw it
on
right.
you.
The spiral was wrong. No,
Oh, in
he
that
pushed
sense,
me. You know what I'm saying? Like you could place blame. So
there's an outside
yeah,
involvement.
which you still could do in skating to a degree, but I think it's
Well,
easier to realize like, okay, that crack's there. Yes, I hit the crack, but
I
that's
was just
still
gonna
my
say,
fault.
yeah, like you could blame like you know the grounds crew. If you're like a professional skate park
Yeah,
and it's a serious event and there's cracks and like then you could be, the upkeep of this thing is not right.
yeah,
But
but still, it's
that's
kind of
not
still
like
on you.
that's just
Like,
what it is. Because you street skate, you know what I mean? You're
yeah,
not gonna go around Manhattan or
I need
Minnesota and be,
Bondo
whoa,
everywhere.
I need you to fix this crack right now. You know what
Could
I
you
mean?
imagine? Just like
But
Najee
it
Houston
really
skating
is.
around, just hey, fix this.
Yeah, well, he might though.
That's
To
what I'm
be
saying.
honest with you, where
That's
he
what I said. His name.
he might get away with that. You know what I mean? Especially now in the Olympics and all that on TV.
Oh shit.
But like, dude, like I'm seeing it with my friend this last weekend, and also the fact that it's a Friday night,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, yo, instead of going out and doing what a lot of, especially being in Long Beach, it's all these people do is get drunk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like to see a group of kids, and that was dope too. I mean, kids from, well, there was not even kidding, maybe he was 2.5.
Are you
He had his
serious?
parents, bro. He had the helmet on. His dad and his mom would hold each hand, and they let him go through like almost the whole park from like a mock drop in to like going over the waves to
I'm
go around the
telling you,
ball. They were
dude.
holding his hands, but his feet were. And then like he would like go climb on himself and then try something like it's amazing. From that
Yes.
age to my friend who was 40, he
Yeah.
had to be the oldest kid there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then it was everything in between. 16-year-old group of 16-year-olds skating. Like everyone had their respect. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go, then I'm gonna go, then I'm gonna go. And it was dope too, because like I said, me and my friend are definitely like the no vice out of this crew
Yeah.
here, And it was like, all right, the really good people would come and do their bowl thing, bounce, let us do our thing.
Yeah.
It's such a, it's not like this ideas like because especially in my head it'd be like a the intimidation factor, but that's in my head. No one's sitting there going like, dude,
No.
you suck, get out of here. Everyone has that firm understanding like, oh, we all sucked at one point,
Yeah.
this is how we get better.
Like literally.
That's it. You know what I mean? And then you get that respect. Like you went around the ball on a nice run with no kick. You just dropped in and you didn't have to kick at all. You did the whole ball. You kept that momentum going. You know what I mean? Then you got the guy who comes in and is doing triple kick flips out the ball and doing some gangster
just
stuff.
spinning all
You know
over
what
the
I mean?
place and shit. You're like,
And with no effort either. Looking like he just woke up doing this. Like no effort. It's amazing, bro. It's the coolest sport ever.
dude.
And you're burning mad calories using mad like body movement. It's
bro.
it's a life lesson because it's like, Like you could be doing so great in life, and all of a sudden you hit that crack, smack, you land hard as a mother. Are you
Mm-hmm.
gonna stay down? You know,
You
you're
gonna
gonna
get
give
up?
up.
You gonna keep
You're
going?
gonna get back up and get after it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it teaches you to keep getting. When you get better and better, like anything in life, you start to realize, oh, I can get better and better at other aspects of life.
Dude, that's crazy too, because
You
it's
know,
like that's the thing, mindset. It's built a different mindset in me and a lot of my friends. I know that for a fact.
we can almost make this whole episode just about skateboarding right now.
Yeah, I mean, we
And
might
the
as
other thing
well,
we're gonna
bro.
talk about,
Honestly, let's
another
save
thing
that
we can talk about having
because
for next week.
I'm already going in on
I'm on a
this.
kick right now, dude. I'm on a
I'm
kick.
saying it's already
Especially,
12 minutes in, bro.
yeah, especially because I just skated on Friday. Like,
Well,
dude, it
I'm about
was
to be going
so
skating
fire.
today, so I'm hyped on it. Let's just keep talking about it.
Yeah, it's like because now, like I said, like, I for the longest time I stopped skating for a long time. Then COVID happened. I picked up that cruising style
Yeah,
skating.
yep.
You know, more
Just
like in Manhattan,
chilling.
I'm moving fast, but I'm cruising. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
doing tricks. I'm not carving bowls, none of that. But after picking this back up on Friday, I'm like, yo,
What do
first you get
you
that feel back.
what do you notice like the difference between the two? Like cuz I know I have like this different like I guess you could say like euphoric feeling like when I cruise and then versus when I'm like out there at this like the park or in the streets and stuff. I'm wondering like what's the difference for you?
Well, for cruising,
Mhm.
it's for a couple. One, it's either I'm cruising to go A to B, like I'm literally
Yeah.
commuting. I'm going to train a client. I'm going to
Yep.
work. So it's just the fact
Mode of
of and the
transportation.
speed of it, and everything is this. Like when I'm on my cruiser deck, my little penny board, I'm moving. I'm almost sprinting, but on a skateboard.
Yeah.
And another difference is my left leg is literally the skateboard. Like I'm using a penny board that's like this big,
Okay.
like this big long and this big wide.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my left leg doesn't have to
Is that
move.
all
If
black one you
wherever,
have? Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yep.
like when I don't have like my left leg, where like I was explaining to my friend that I don't ever have to think about my left leg.
No.
It's just
Yeah, it's just
my
there.
leg.
Yeah.
It's on the skateboard.
Mhm.
Now, when I'm using a regular trick deck, there's a lot more surface area. So I actually have to think about moving my toes and my feet as I'm going with the board. Like if I'm trying
Yep.
to carve the bowl, I have to actually move my legs a lot more than if I'm just cruising. Because cruising is just push, push, kick, and then left, right, left, right.
Yep.
If I do a quick stop, or if God forbid I got to jump off because a taxi decides to jump a
Fuck.
red light, or humans do not know how to walk in Manhattan. It's hilarious. I mean, I'm on a skateboard and I'm almost running into humans that are just petrified to walk. They'll see me coming from literally like 40 feet away. And it's not like I'm doing 180 in a
Yeah, it's
Ferrari.
like,
I'm
dude.
doing maybe 20,
Yeah.
30, if that. I'm giving myself a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
dude, you're
speed.
also a
And they're
brick
just
house.
staring at me.
You're also a brick house. I would hate to get ran into by you. That'd suck.
I don't think about it that way. Like a little like Tasmanian devil coming down the street,
Yeah,
looking like
bro, you're just
demons
like
and
a
stuff.
little freaking
Probably definitely
brick.
scares the most common name. But a lot of people just walk staring at their phone, and I'm like,
Yeah, dude, that
I see it coming. That's the thing too. Is when I'm skating through Manhattan,
you're aware.
I'm not ignorant.
Yeah.
Like I'm very aware that I could die because I'm skating like a mammoth, but I'm so ready for anything to happen that
Mm-hmm.
unless I'm slipping, it's tough.
And
But
that's
those are the things I notice is the foot placement, really, the foot surface area. And I just have to say, it might look like I'm scratching myself a lot right now because I've been hanging out outside. I got bug bites. I don't want people
he's
thinking like,
tweaking.
what's with this guy? Yeah, is he tweaking? I'm
This
sitting here like,
episode's too long,
God,
bro. We almost done, bro.
you know what I mean? I'm sitting here like, dude, I'm gonna scratch my legs bloody.
That's too funny.
But yeah, that's what I noticed with it. Literally, like I thought just that on Friday with my friend is like the
Yeah.
foot placement and the surface area that I have is much much different.
Now, before I give my answer, I gotta know something else. Do you skate with headphones, like music, when you're cruising like that?
Yeah,
Do you?
and it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and that's the
It's the whole thing. Especially when it's like Tool, and I can just put myself right there right now, and you got the music. Oh,
yeah, you're in it.
God,
Well,
you're going down a frat. It's smashing,
just
dude.
but no, I was just asking just because like you were saying like how you're so aware and like I don't know. I just think it's funny. Like I guess like you have to be like I mean you don't have to be. You definitely could just cruise around and be very unaware of like what you're doing on the board. But dang, dude, do you hear that static on your end?
No, I don't.
That's gone. That was loud. Sorry, everybody, if you did hear that, but that was blowing my ears out. You're saying, you were saying just how skating with music it gets you going, but then I just think it's funny how hyper vigilant we are, like when we skate like that, even when we're just cruising around, just because it's like we're putting ourselves there. And I wonder if there's people, because I don't experience this, but I wonder if there's people out there who get on their board and that might not be that way. You know what I mean? Like almost like that person who's on their phone walking around and they're not like what like enjoying it, like looking around and stuff. Like I'm just wondering, like I'm just curious now that you said that, because I know
You know,
with music sometimes in other cases it seems to distract me, right? Like if I'm driving and I'm bumping, like sometimes, you know, and like you're driving, you're listening to music, having a good time, all of a sudden you're like, damn, I got from point A to point B, like what happened in between here? Like it's kind of like a lapse of time. That never happens to me when I'm skating. Like I'll be bumping music and I remember every single push, every single crack I hit, like all the way up until I'm done with that skate session. Like I don't, it's just crazy to me how how it's definitely the brain, like how much you have to think when you're skating, but
well,
it's how much we're
this
putting
is
into
what
it.
I would, yeah. But this is what I would, like with driving, you know, you're relatively safe. You know, if
But
you're
do we
doing
though?
90 miles an hour, if you're doing if you're doing 90 miles an hour to like Viotta's Murder,
Yeah.
you're not as safe, and you're going to be thinking about that road. You're going to be in the music, but you're still going to be. But if you're doing 40,
40, yeah.
you
So
know,
you're just like,
40, and you're listening to like UGK, and you're in that music, and you don't know where you forget where you're going, but you're relatively safe,
yeah,
unless you got someone else doing 90. But when you're skating, you know at any moment that crack, you know,
yeah.
that like
You know
you're
it's coming.
your feet are on the ground. You're not
Hmm.
encased by metal and plastic and seatbelts and tires.
Dude.
You're not encased by, so you have to be more hyper vigilant.
And that's
But I do
something.
notice
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
something you did, yes, because something you did mention that I do notice is that like what'll happen for me is I will get lost in the music sometimes, especially when it's like a part of a Tool song when they're just hitting, and I will have to like
Yeah.
come back. I will have to like literally be like, whoa, because I am going through, like I can have that luxury more when I'm skating through Central Park.
Hmm.
You know, then it's more so like if I fell right now, whatever. But like, because I know there's no cars coming like that.
Yeah, yeah,
But when
yeah.
I'm in Manhattan skating and I catch myself in the middle of like, you know, Wings from Marie Part Two, and I'm just like, whoa, and I'm like going down a hill, and I'm like, wait a second,
Just
yeah, I'm
in
like,
it.
wait a second, we
Oh
gotta,
shoot. Hold on, let's
you
bring it
know.
back real quick.
So I'll sometimes like time the music for that. Like, all right, if I'm going to train a client, it's just straight A to B.
Hmm.
What am I listening to get me there? But if I'm going in Central Park and releasing and just
Letting it go.
letting go, then
Yeah.
it's like it's like a whole album that I prepared to hit certain spots. Cause especially Central Park is dope, but you got like this serious uphill at one point
Oh
that I
yeah.
skate up it. Bro, I skate up this thing and people are like on their bikes, walking their bikes. And I'm sitting there like I got the whole skater nation
Like,
on my
what are you
back. I can't let
doing?
go.
Like, why are
And
you
I'm going up
walking?
the hill. Yeah. And then finally you get to that top and you just realize why you just worked so hard in life.
Yeah.
You earned it
Yeah,
now. You get
exactly.
to the top and it's just whoa. Oh, it's
I was
magic.
gonna mention that earlier too, that you brought up something about the mindset, and it got me thinking, like, dude, there is so many times during a session, like when I literally am talking to myself in my head, and I'm like, you keep going. You do not give up. You keep going. You better land this. You gotta land this. Like, but it's not like in a beating myself up way, you know? It's more so like keep going. Like stop. Don't even let
Yeah,
yourself think of stopping. Keep going. Like
dude.
go.
Always.
Yeah, dude. It's that
Always.
alone, I think, is one of the best things that is so transferable to the rest of our lives from skating. Cause it's like,
Yeah. Especially yeah, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, because what if you're able to do it in those moments, like that, it sucks. Like there's times where I'm about to puke. Like if you're, and this isn't, and the thing is too, like I feel like most things, like you don't get this feeling unless you're like at that professional level, right? You know what I'm saying? Like football, lifting, anything like that. Like a lot of people don't get that feeling, like where it's like I'm about to die almost. Like like as much with skating that you can get from skating just as an average day person. Like you know what I'm saying? You're pushing up these hills and stuff, really just pushing yourself to the brink.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't,
I know what you're saying.
yeah, you don't really get that much else anywhere else. And it's just, I don't know, dude. At that alone,
No, I know what you mean because it's like if you go to football practice and they run you till you throw up,
yeah,
you're at football
yeah,
practice.
yeah, yeah,
But if you're just hopping on your skateboard going to have fun, it's like wait, I'm supposed to be having fun, yet I'm like torturing myself.
Yeah,
So
dude.
you start to realize in life that these definitions that we use of like work, torture, nowadays a kid will be like, I was tortured because my mom took away my Twitch. Back in the day, you were tortured because you were hung
Because you were
upside down by your toenails.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we just use words in such a dramatic way. So like skating will also tell you like, yo, I am like my body is not shutting down. Like you get to these points where it's like, yo, I gotta push through
Yeah.
to continue to have fun. If you just like understand, like, yo, if I just get past this wanting to give up part,
Good.
you're past that. Like, when they always say, like, oh, your mind will give up before your body.
Mm-hmm.
That is so true. You know what I mean? That is so true.
And that's the thing too. Like that's why I said it's not beating myself up because like don't get me wrong, there's sessions where like I'll never land that trick. I mean, I'll go back and land it, but during that one session, like I'll thrash myself, and it never happens, right? But it's also rewarding because I never give up until like I literally just can't skate. Because it's like I also for me, right? When I was younger, I would literally skate myself into the ground where I couldn't walk the next day. Nowadays, I can't do that, right? I know I have a family to take care of. I have a job to get to. It's stress management. I understand that more now. When you're younger, it's a little bit easier to come back from skating that hard, but it's the same concept, right? I skate to the point where I'm like, yeah, I can't go any longer unless I want to get injured and not do the other things I need to do in life, right? So it's like that's the only thing that really stops me, or my board breaks. It's one of those two things. It's never like, man, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. It's like, nah, you just keep going. Like,
no. And by the way, I don't think boards break until you get to a certain level of goodness. Because I was watching people, and I'm like, the way I'm skating right now, my board ain't gonna break unless I literally crush it. Like I picked it up and slammed.
You gotta be jumping down stuff, flipping the board around and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
I was watching kids move on this bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I bet now I see how you could break this because dude was literally like Tony Hawk and his stuff going out the bowl, landing back in. Like I'm like, I bet I could easily.
Did you see that? Did you see that little edit I had put up on Instagram of me skating the bowl outside at third? Did you ever see that?
Was it recently?
It was a couple. I think it was like last week. I'm gonna record it right now. Screen record it, and I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna put it on there, on the TV. That's what I love about technology. It makes it really easy to just do things like this real quick in the middle of the moment.
I'm glad you love technology.
Nah, I definitely don't love it, but it works. It works.
Nah, you're much better at it than I am. You're much better at it.
Nah, we're getting you there
right
dog.
now. I just gotta learn. Yeah, I gotta keep learning because I'm a caveman with things. And if the second doesn't work, I want to break it.
You need to get here so we can go skate, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
My brother really wants to go to the South.
Oh, he does?
He doesn't want to. Yeah, he wants to go to Louisiana for this vacation, but listen, I'm not working right now. So I'm not working right now. So for me to come out there isn't the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, no, of course. No.
Even if it's for like 3 nights, 2 nights.
Well, I just want to skate. Yeah, I want to skate and do some stuff, get the listeners into third and stuff.
Third layer stays open in the winter, obviously, yeah.
Oh, bro, I can get us in there regardless.
True.
Yeah.
I forgot. I didn't realize.
Yeah, they're sponsors of the podcast, dog. We good. We good. We're gonna go skate. We can go skate.
It's so dope.
Dude, if you have not been to Third Layer and you live in Minnesota and you skateboard, go there. Go. Go.
Why not? It's so dope.
It
is like us like I haven't been in the most skate shops in my life, but that's not just a skate shop. That's a indoor skate park, but it's a skate haven.
Yes, bro. Yes, that's what it is.
Created by skaters by skaters for skaters. Like
yes,
it's a skate haven. You walk in and you just smell skating. It's success. Like it's a skate haven.
I love the way you said that because it's true though. Because like that's the first vibe I got when I went in there. It was like you walk in, it's like this is skateboarding. Like this is what it is. It's
not PacSun or Zoomies or Hot Topic. No. You know what I mean? It's not like I want to be skating so bad, but I'm not there yet. So I'm gonna go to like Hot Topic.
Yep. And the thing is, too, like, regardless, like I shout out there. I'm always gonna tell you guys to go there. But if you have a local skate shop, go support them. Like don't go to the mall because you got to remember like these.
Don't go to Hot Topic.
You see a skate shop, but then you see that same exact skate shop in another state, that means they're a pretty big, Zoomies, for instance. You're gonna see that in every mall, but then you don't see Third Layer in any other state. That's because Third Layer is
Zoomies is like, all right, check this out. Going to Zoomies is like instead of going to Express for your collared polo, you're gonna go to Abercrombie.
There you go. Boom. That that was a
So
good one.
Zoomies, go to Zoomies for like anything
That was a
skate
good
related
one.
is go to Zoomies for anything skate related.
Yeah, dude, and that's like that's true though, because it's like it's just this big box thing. It's like, yo, just support because you got to remember, like the people who are actually giving back into the skate community the most are the skaters who are
Go to
running the skate stuff. Like just like you skate, it's skaters that operate and own these things, right? So they understand what we need and what we want and what we're trying to do as a community. So give back to them. If you ever see one around, stop in, buy some stickers, even just something, give some support. I just think it's
it's something I got to do, man, in Manhattan.
find some more local skate shops.
Yeah, dude. Now you say it, because I actually walk by one
What
all the
is
time
that
when I'm going
one
to.
the one shop out there? There's a big. Why can't I think of it right now? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. I'll send it to you later. There's a big time shop out there that's like really well known in the skate community. Um, I know like the Nine Clubs talked about it and all that stuff before too. So I'll have to find that for you. You can send you that. That place looks tight, dude. That's the thing too. Is like if you aren't a skateboarder, go into a skate shop. Do me a favor. You know, just try it once. Go in there. You know, go walk into some different skate shops and see like what the vibe is. Not Zoomies, just like an actual local skate shop because it's pretty interesting. I've never had a bad experience at one to where like maybe when I was younger, like I felt like people were mean, but that's also because like you have to remember in skateboarding too, like just like anywhere else, when you're a youngin, you kind of got to earn your stripes a little bit. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna mess with you in life anyways, and there's no better place for a kid to kind of get that than in skateboarding because it is all fun and games. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never taken too far. So I wouldn't say I ever had a bad experience with anybody who was older than me or anything like that at any skate shop, from Third Lair, Familia, uh, help board shop. Nope, nowhere have I ever really experienced anything that I was like, man, you guys are mean or you guys are whack or I just don't like this. Tell you what, I've been to a Zoom. Don't get me okay. Zoomies, I'm talking a lot of crap, and it's because there's reasons for that, just the way they do things. But I will say this: Zoomies' best foot forward is a pretty tight skate contest, and they do donate that back in the skate community pretty well. So I'll just make that note real
Oh,
quick.
that's pretty dope.
So
That's pretty dope.
yeah, it's tight. Like last what was it? The last two that we had, or no, it would have been a couple years ago, but before all the COVID stuff and contests got canceled. I know my friend Jonathan, he won 2 years in a row. Um, it was tight too because the skaters get cash prizes and stuff like that. They had some pros out there and stuff, and then they kind of put it back into some of the skate companies. So it's pretty cool. They do that, but for the most part, whack ass workers. Just saying.
Well, you know what it is? The difference is like they might mean, honestly, this might be where it's the opposite, right? That they mean well up top, but
Yeah,
it trickles down where who do you got working the front desk? Some 16-year-old in high school who care less about skateboarding, just wants a job,
yeah, that's what
who's
I was
more
just
like
gonna
good
say.
Charlotte.
Yeah,
You
because
know
I
what I
don't know
mean?
the
They don't
owners.
care about
I don't know the owners of
You know what
Zoomies.
I'm saying? Exactly. That's what we're saying. We're saying, like, you know what? So it's not like never walk into a Zoomies, but just walk into local shops more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, if you're on vacation somewhere and you don't got a local shop around and you need some kicks real quick, and you need a deck, go to Zooms.
Mm-hmm.
Better than going to Amazon and buying a skateboard. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for real. If you, I understand online shopping. If you're gonna online shop, go to Third Lair's website. Go to another local shop's website.
Go to at least the
A skate
skateboard
shop.
company's
Yeah, yeah,
website.
that's what I'm saying.
Element, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Blind, Pizza, Skateboards. Go to
anything
their
like that.
websites. Don't go to Amazon and get a skateboard. Go to Penny's website. And it's just so much cooler getting it from the source because you get the specific packaging and stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting a brown box from Amazon,
No.
which, hey, Amazon has its things, but
And
I try to myself venture away from it nowadays.
well, yeah, and it's like, dude, that dude don't need more money from skaters. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's literally everyone wants to talk about, support big business, when Amazon's just gonna take over the world. I
yeah,
mean, support small
small
business.
business. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like we're gonna say all, and I'm talking about myself, honestly. I'm not gonna speak for everyone, but like I feel these ways. I say all these things. I'm like, bro, you can't walk down a Whole Foods 6 blocks away because you want to have your Chemex filters delivered to you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I'm
yeah.
like, all right, I gotta stop this stuff. So actually, I've been really good on not ordering from Amazon, just going. Even though Amazon owns Whole Foods, it's the point of getting the practice of going
Going
to
to
the
the store
store
again.
again instead of not going out, not meeting. Like that's honestly something I miss about when I lived in Astoria, Queens,
Mm-hmm.
is I had my little mom and pop shops, Like I had
Uh,
the health store that I went to. They knew me. I went in there. Hey, what's up? Up, up, up.
yeah,
Now I talk to the concierge in the front desk downstairs, and like that's it. And then I know the guy at the cigar shop and one dude at the deli. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Other than that, it's like
It's always
Manhattan's
nice.
very,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
always nice having that. I've noticed that too. Just like in my neighborhood alone, like just having that community. You know, we were talking about the community of skateboarding. I mean, anywhere, it's nice to have that. I feel you there. And it's like you said, going out and just experience it for yourself. Like just getting from, because who knows what can happen in between you going from your place to Whole Foods, buying your groceries, and then going back home. What if Lou all of a
Anything.
sudden meets Miss Bomb's bodies? You know, what if,
Oh, that's
like, you don't,
funny because I was just thinking that in my head because I just deleted Hinge and all these dating websites because for some reason nowadays people want to talk for 4 years on a text message thread before we meet up. So I deleted it all. I was like,
yeah,
if I'm when
dude.
I meet my when Lou Bombs meets Mrs. Lou Bombs or whatever you want to whatever, then that'll happen in real life. Not like, hey,
Yeah,
we
dude.
matched on Hinge. I like your profile. Now I'm gonna text you for 4 weeks before I can meet you in person, and then it's are you vaccinated? You're not vaccinated. Who's your political party? Who? Oh, Maron, do you even know each other yet? You're gonna dissect
Like,
every possible false belief you might have about something you don't even know about.
that's the thing, dude. Like, that's why I'm so happy I met JoJo when I met her.
Yeah,
Cause, like, we met when we were 15. Like, dude, it's almost been 9 years this year, bro. Like, ain't nobody can kiss my ass when it comes to all that. Cause it's just like, I,
damn home.
well, dude, I was just like, I just it's so weird to me because it's like I would rather just like in skateboarding, I want to meet these skaters. Like that's what me and you were literally just talking about this. Where I have a problem like with online business because I have this disconnect of like, yeah, I want to talk to people, I want to meet people, but I literally want to like meet you. Like I want to like be face to face with you. I want to be at the skate park with you. I want, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I get in. That's a dangerous place to be. Like you're just gonna dissect somebody all the way down to like the most finite details. So they're like this picture perfect person for you before you meet them. But then you meet them, and then what happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if their mentality when they get pissed off that you've never seen through a text message is to literally rage and choke you out? Like, I don't really. That's the. I took it to a whole big level there. I know.
You went in
Escalated.
my head right
Really,
there.
yeah, I did, bro. I literally felt
They
myself
turned
going
out to be
into
a
Lou's
serial
head.
killer. Okay, you got the next Jeffrey Dahmer text threading. You know, text message. He's Tony Robbins. You meet
You
up
never
with him.
know.
He's Jeffrey Dahmer in person.
You never know. Like I don't. Hey, just saying. I'm just saying.
But, it's so true. Like you could be anyone. You could be whoever they want to be
Yeah,
over texting.
yeah, dude.
But meet me in person. You
Well,
know,
and also like just like
it's wild.
I think it's funny too because like I just had this with my filmer the other day where like I thought he was mad because I haven't been able to skate. And like I got mad at him because I was like, "Well, bring me a board then, bro." Like, what do you mean I have a broken board? But it was just like the miscommunication of like me reading his text in my own voice because I was
Exactly.
mad and I didn't feel good that day. And then I was like, "What do you mean, bro? I can't go skate. I don't have a board." Blah blah blah. I just got super heat. And then I thought about it. I was like,
That's exactly.
"Hmm,
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
yeah, dude, you just
You
don't
know.
know."
But speaking of being in your head, and something I just want to bring up because I'm sure I'm not the only one who's ever felt this way.
Hmm.
When it comes to like, because you were bringing up earlier, like when you walk into a skate place, you've never felt the intimidation.
Yeah.
I myself, because I personally have a wild judge in this head
Uh huh.
that judges everybody else and myself, and that it creates these scenarios that it's like when I was chilling with my boy at the skate park, I'm sitting there, and in my head, other people are like, look at these chumps.
That's your
But no
ego.
one
That's
ever
your
gave me that impersonation.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's just your
no one
ego.
gave me that
Yeah.
impersonation. Everyone, one kid, yo, I got a skate tool if you got to loosen those trucks up. Yo, bro, when you hit that corner, what you should do, yo. Nobody gave me that impression. In
Yes.
my head,
Yep.
it was people judging, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just seeing that because, like, if you're one of those kids out there and you're in your head, go get out of it. Go find out.
Yes.
Go up to the person. Hey, man, you have a problem? Ah, dude, what's up?
Oh, what's up?
No doubt.
Cool.
And then explain to them, though. Like, explain to them why you would think they might have a problem. Hey, I'm new to this. I was just in my head about it. Because if you did just walk up to them, yo, you got a problem? That might
What?
cause a
Yeah, I
problem.
do. What's
You
up?
know? So it's like, exactly. So it's like get out of your own head by just get moving. Like, literally.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Like these people are so focused on their own. The way I'm thinking that is the way probably everyone else is thinking
Oh
that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Our ego makes us think we're the only ones going about
dude.
it.
I
Like
have
I'm skating down Manhattan, the whole world stops to watch Lou skate down Fifth Avenue.
hell yeah,
No one cares.
hell
If
yeah,
anything, they're waiting for you to hit by a bus and film it for World Star Hip Hop. You know what I mean? Nobody cares when I'm skating down Fifth Avenue, but in my head,
hell yeah. I
everybody's
think the
watching
same
me.
thing, bro.
Damn,
I'm pushing.
I'm like,
I'm like, yeah, you looking at me. You looking at me. I'm the hottest motherfucker. I'm pushing. I'm just out here. I always do that stuff, dude.
nobody's
My
looking.
thing, yeah,
You
nobody's
know?
looking, bro. My thing too. I love you said that because, like, I mean, I switched to wearing a helmet. That's a pretty big thing in the skate
Nobody.
game.
Huge, huge. No, I was thinking about you heavy this week because no one was wearing a helmet.
Yeah,
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, Devante's so ahead of the game because he put that stuff aside and look what he's doing. Because one of these kids could just die.
yeah,
I'm not really going fast enough for that. Like I can still hit his shoulder,
bro.
but
I've
some of these
seen
kids
it, dude. I
are
mean,
moving so quick. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Henry. We
I mean,
literally just watched Henry's video, and like he had crazy
bro, it's no
brain
joke.
trauma. I've watched him seize out from hitting his head, like.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like that. Well, just saying, like the mindset of that, like for you, like how you're saying you're in your own head, like, bro, I'll go to the skate park. And I know people like do look at me different because when I wear my helmet, especially the dudes who are like my age and stuff like that, you know, it's like, what is this fool doing? But then again, it's like, how much do they really care? You know, it's like they look at it for a second.
Not just that, but are
Are
they?
they even? Exactly. That's the
Are
thing.
they? Because look at like pros. Look at
Because maybe
pros when
they're
they go
maybe
do
they're
this.
looking at it like, oh
Every
damn, this dude's smart. And then I get on my board and like, oh damn, this dude's good. Like, you know, like
That's what I was gonna
toot
say
my
too.
own
It's
horn
like
real quick.
you're not
But
showing up. Yeah, you're not showing up as the dude who has the helmet, the knee pads, the elbow pads, day
yeah,
one, because he's
yeah,
petrified to get a
yeah,
scratch.
exactly.
You know what I mean? You're about it, and and not just that, but it's in your world. You know why?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's like, yo, come into my world, and maybe you would understand more of why I'm wearing this helmet.
yep.
Like, yeah, you might know this could happen. I personally felt
For
the repercussions of not wearing a
yes,
helmet and slamming your head a lot. I
yes,
personally felt it. So it's like you guys being ahead about whatever, but I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, because if you look at professionals too, you know, they're always got when Tony Hawk does doubles with anyone, with any of them, you know, Jason Nelson, they're up there doing their thing,
yep,
they got helmets on.
yep.
When you're doing big vert, when you're doing street, you got helmets on.
Hmm.
You know, it's only time you don't see people wearing
Street.
helmets is like when they're doing their own thing, street skating.
And
You
that's
know,
the thing. That's what I'm. I mean, my whole part that I'm filming, I have my helmet on
I know
in
it's
the street.
amazing.
Like it's just like,
Which will bring more awareness for other people to wear it, especially because you're teaching kids. That'll give
oh,
kids the gusto, the confidence to wear a helmet at a young age,
mm-hmm,
and to have that like, bro, I need my head.
mm-hmm.
You know,
And
I'd
I
rather not like look cool landing a trick without a helmet because I'd rather look cool getting up
yes,
off of falling and not being on the floor with a cracked skull.
exactly. And it's like for me too. Like I mean, like I always say this. I have my family at home. Like if you're a young kid, you have a whole future ahead of you. Like there's so many different factors that this thing up here, I need it. Like I need it. I do. And you know, I've done enough silly things in the past to make me think of, you know, how can I save my brain a little bit more nowadays? And that's why I do. And I just love that you brought up the mindset behind it and stuff, because that's a big thing. And I think we could honestly end it there because I do want, if, you know, younger kids, if there's a younger person listening, if you're older and you've just been skating, having a good time with stuff, just know that one, just keep skating because it's you're gonna benefit from it in life, whether you get better at tricks, whether you learn how to really deal with some other things outside of skating from this. It's gonna bring positivity to your life, and the people who are in skateboarding, we're gonna have your back. You can always hit me and Lou up. We're always gonna chat with you just like everybody else at the skate park. And when you're out there, just put yourself aside and take it all in and have a good time. I mean, that's bottom
Yeah,
line.
if you're in Manhattan and you want to skate, hit me up. Well, if you're ever thinking of skating and you're like, nah, for whatever reason, just do it. Like I keep
Mm-hmm.
saying, my friend's 40, he just picked it up
Mm-hmm.
because he has this childlike nature of just being curious about things, putting the nonsense aside. How would I look? And just goes and just has fun.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's progressing.
Mm-hmm.
He's been skating for literally about a month now. Now he's dropping in the bowls and carving
That's
bowls.
crazy.
You know, he's starting to be able to ollie while
That's
moving.
so
You know what I
sick.
mean? And he's about, and he says, he's like, dude, I have like this extra boost of life. The way he explained it, he's like, life gets boring to me, so I have to add things, and I love doing new things. Picked up skating, and he's like, this is insane. It's the culture of it. He's diving deep into it.
That's amazing.
You know, it's an amazing. You stay fit, you stay athletic. It's fun, and when you land those moves, and then like I said, the community. When you land those moves, you got board taps. Everyone like
Yes.
it's magical. It's magical. You know,
Yes.
you did it. You know, it wasn't like, oh yeah, you know, I had my running back, or, you know, because I scored these touchdowns, my lineman. Nah, I landed this trick because I showed up every day and landed.
Exactly.
Beautiful,
Exactly.
beautiful.
And before we sign off, hey, like, share, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're here on YouTube. If you're not and you're listening maybe on Spotify, do us a favor, download the episode. If you're on Apple Podcasts, do us a favor, leave a review, because all that does help us grow. And the more support we get from you all, the more that we are able to do with the podcast to bring back to you all. And let's just build this community. We're just talking about community with skateboarding. That's what we're doing here. Share the episode with somebody, share it with the skateboarder, share it with your grandma, share it with anybody, because we bring those positive vibes and we know you jive. All right, everybody, just know that everybody is capable of being extreme.